In 1952, on a closely guarded airstrip near the Korean battlefront, preparations were completed for President-elect Eisenhower's arrival. Korea's frozen land, bleak, mountainous, battle-scarred, passed beneath as the general's plane approached. More guards were spaced at the landing field, the temperature 8 degrees above zero. But there was a warm welcome for Ike, wearing GI winter clothes without insignia. Accompanying him was his son, Major John Eisenhower, who was flown from the front to see him. In bitter cold, the general trooped the line before strapping soldiers of the 15 United Nations fighting in Korea to halt Red tyranny. The troops paraded before a group of America's greatest military leaders. His breath whiting the winter air, General Van Fleet asked Ike to step forward to take the salute of the great international army. At the end of the line of march came American soldiers and Marines. On the second day, on a snowy hillside near the front, General Eisenhower waited in chow line and then ate lunch with 3 GIs. After this high honor for Corporal James Murray, Wright, came death in action while on patrol duty 2 weeks later. Back in his Jeep, the President-elect continued his whirlwind tour of the fighting front. Reviewing South Korean troops, he complimented the ROKs on their development as a well-trained fighting unit and praised their heroic struggle for freedom. Looking down on ROK maneuvers from an observation post, General Eisenhower and the then South Korean President Ri watched a mock battle that looked much like the real thing. Returning home aboard the cruiser Helena, Ike studied information collected during his 3-day visit. Off Wake Island, a helicopter droned into sight. The pilot shuttled back and forth with Eisenhower's top advisors. The late John Foster Dulles, then Secretary of State-to-be. George Humphrey, the newly formed Cabinet's Treasury Secretary. Interior Secretary nominee McKay and Budget Advisor Joseph Dodge. In the vast privacy of the Pacific, the General and his aides formulated vital policies. Reaching Hawaii, the President-elect was cheered by 100,000 persons in Honolulu streets. After a final series of conferences, Ike left on the last lap of his historic journey. Back from a war in stalemate, but armed with a new perspective, he reported much could and would be done in Korea. Ike's mission was without precedent in American history. It raised a milestone of hope in this war-battered century.